Hello and welcome to another replay review with Gamers Class. This is Shizzy Dota here, and today we're going to be reviewing MGZ Lina here. This is somewhere in the, I think, Archon bracket. Even though you have the Legend rank, you're still paired with Archons. And the exact MMR for this game would be 2800. So I think the average of this bracket is 2500, so I'm gonna say we're gonna be reviewing a 2500 MMR game. You're playing the Lina. I want to have a look at your items. So off the bat, I want to tell you this item is very greedy. This is a luxury item. I think at one point for mid laners or even off laners, this is an item where you're so far ahead that you just want to buy something and you don't really know what you want to buy, so you just buy this. Otherwise, I just feel like there's so many items on the mid Lina that you could buy instead of this, and it really doesn't give you much value, to be honest. Apart from the fact that it gives you spell amplification, that's pretty much it. Because if you're going for the status resistance and you think it's gonna help you, it's really not. If you get caught out in this game, you're dead. You're just straight up dead. So the status resistance doesn't really provide you much value. If this guy hexes you, even though the hex lasts for like 3.5 seconds, with this it's gonna last for like 2.8 or 2.7 seconds. Even then, in that hex, if there's a drow nearby or somebody nearby, you're gonna die like a creep. So I do think that buying a BKB or a Lincoln's would be much better in this scenario, but I want to have a look at the game to exactly know what could have been done better. So let's get right into it.
If you like this kind of content, go to gamersguys.com. For just $10 a month, get your replays analyzed, watch masterclasses with pro players, join weekly coaching sessions, win prizes, and more with our Supreme Dota 2 membership.
So your starting items are pretty okay. That's a traditional starting item that most mid laners go for. Lina and Queen of Pain talk.
Don't worry, lads. This one's in the bag.
According to the forecast, this one
30
is in the
seconds
bag.
to battle. The battle begins.
Okay, sure, you're gonna block. You took the stun at level 1, which you should, versus melee heroes. Right clicking, stunning, harassing.
Never.
Even though you're harassing him, you're not securing CS or denying creeps, which is a problem, yes. So you're doing one thing right here, which is harassing him to the maximum, but you want to do it efficiently and you want to get CS, and you obviously don't want him to deny
You've been burned.
any creeps. That stun was unnecessary. You should deny that creep. That's I want you to see this again. You have so much time to actually deny this creep. He's done for a very long time, and you could just deny this creep, secure your own creeps, and then maybe right click him 1 or 2 times. So you will get everything from that scenario. You will get gold, you will get experience, you will get harassment on him, so that means you will have to buy more regen. You wouldn't, because he's gonna be a bit defensive when he's low HP, and you will be denying him creeps as well. He won't get a lot of experience or gold out of this lane. So all in all, you're gonna win super hard. Even though right now you're winning, but this could be done in a better way. You have 5 CS, he has 5 CS. You're equal, and I feel like in this lane, there's no way a Lina should be equal to a Kanka. You have the advantage here. You have long range, more damage. You just do way more damage than he does to you, and I feel like you could abuse this more than you are right now.
Deny.
You're also out of mana. That shouldn't be the case as a intelligence hero. You have 600 mana pool with a few mana regen as well on you. So you have to take care of your mana in the lane because your hero relies on mana really hard. If you notice, as soon as you don't have mana anymore, if you notice that the Kunkka doesn't like care about you anymore, like he's just doing whatever he wants, and you're the one who's playing on the defense now. And I think that's not how this lane should be going at any point, even for 30 seconds.
You get nothing.
It should always be you pushing the lane into him and you zoning him out. If you notice, while he pushes the wave and harasses you with his cleave, he's also farming the side camps. So like he's level 5 and you're 4. He's almost 5.5 after this wave. That was pretty nice. That was on point. You deserve a PogChamp for that. That was good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And this is how you want to just play overall as well. Like I said, not even for 30 seconds should the game be going into the Kunkka's favor, because that's just how strong this matchup is for you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Okay. That was kind of risky, but I think you understand the fact that he can't really use any spells because he already used all of them here. So let's say the rune doesn't spawn, you can just go base. I do feel like you are not buying enough regen. You are not calling out selves, you are not calling out clarities, mangoes. You're relying on the runes a lot, and you don't have much to sustain yourself in this lane. So you do buy the clarities. I feel like this should be happening while you're laning, that you call out these clarities, selves, so you don't have to go back to base. That was really close actually.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I would highly recommend you placing a ward here. If you know that the Kunkka is farming this camp, then you should actually ward this. That will give you more moves on the map compared to what you have right now. This will also give your team a lot of information on what the Kunkka is doing, so they don't feel like they're gonna get ganked or something.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Impressive, actually.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Money to burn. Dire's middle
We're
tower is
sailing
under
now.
attack.
Lovely. What have we here?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Double kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Burn out and fade away.
Dire's structures are fort. Dire's middle tower is under
Dominating.
attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Mega kill.
Did you actually think you could kill him over there? I also think that you should max your stun so you can clear waves faster. Since you're playing the... Okay, I think you're playing the right click Lina actually, so that's why you want to max fire your soul. But if you notice, you don't have any damage on you right now. You're mainly going to do more magical damage compared to physical. You're going to have to transition into the physical build soon enough. But you're not ready yet. So I feel like getting Light Strike Array would help you out more compared to the Fiery Soul. Because if you notice that if you max this out, this will also stun the enemies for way longer. For 2.5 seconds compared to the 1.6. 1.6 feels like it's just very less comparatively to 2.5 seconds stun.
I troll your guts with my blade.
I mean, that was really unfortunate what happened here. I think you haven't rotated to the side lanes at all this game. And I do think that you should rotate more to the side lanes. Ask your white to use Chrono, Underlord to use his spells. Abuse the glimpse that the Disruptor has. You're just playing at mid. You're trying to somehow win the lane against Kunkka, where you already did, I think, in a way, when you got a double kill here. On the Pudge and the Kunkka together. So I think making more moves on the map would benefit you more compared to just sitting mid. So when you get some runes, I think killing this draw would be super easy because you have this Disruptor on you. You can make a move with him, you can make a move with this Underlord, you can make a move with this Faceless White. And I think you would be getting more kills. But in order to do it, you had to get leveled in for these stuns. More stun you have and more damage you have, easier the team fights would be for you guys. Or just normal skirmishes, if you're going for some skirmishes.
Ultra kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under Radiant's top tower is under attack. Are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A gift from the
Dire's top tower has fallen.
You should have seen this gang coming.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As a Lina, you should never be in a position where the enemy can actually catch you. If you get caught out, you're dead. Lina is like such a squishy hero. And I just feel like you're not playing with your team as much this game. And I think if you play with your team, if you let this Underlord run at them, and you're the one throwing stuns from the back, and right-clicking people, using Dragon Slave, Laguna, getting all these kills that you should, I think you would have a much, much better game. And on top of it, I think buying a Shadow Blade, buying a BKB, or even a bots this game would value you more than what you're going for right now, which is a Kaya. I think this Kaya just actually gives you no value. You already have a lot of mana on you. You don't necessarily need that spell amplification, or just the Kaya itself at any point right now, because you're really squishy. I would rather that you buy a Blink Dagger, maybe a Shadow Blade, maybe a bot, even a BKB, so you can fight them. But I think this item right here is giving absolutely zero value to you. It's okay, so you're gonna buy back?
Radiant's turret has been Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Cleaver's edge never die.
Oh, you don't want to keep the Grove Bow on you. I'm 100% sure you want to keep the Grove Bow or the Imp Claw on you. Even before I get into the next play here, I think you want to keep that Grove Bow. Why? Because you're going for the right click build, right? So you need to have some kind of attack range. and that will give you attack speed as well. You don't necessarily need extra movement speed or mana because you already have so much. You have a lot of movement speed with the Yules and your Fiery Soul. You have a lot of mana with the Yules and the Kaya that you're gonna buy. You're not having any mana problems, so why would you need this? But with the Grove Bow, you will get more attack speed and more attack range. You already have a lot of attack speed with the Fiery Soul, but you don't have a lot of attack range. So with that Grove Bow, you'll have everything you need here. You could actually right-click people from a better position, and you will not only would you actually right-click them from a good position. With the Grove Bow, you will actually reduce a bit of their magic. I mean, magic amplification or something. I don't know the exact term. Let me go. Yeah, it's right here. So basically their magic resistance is going to get reduced by 12%, which is super good. In a way, you will actually have a Kaya on the person that you're right clicking though. You won't have it all the time. You'll have to right click the person first. So in a way, this is going to help you solo killing people. And not to mention that 100 attack range is super good on Lina. You could also go for something like a BKB into a Hurricane Pike. Because keep in mind, you did go for the physical build with this 30 damage talent, right? So there's no problem in going BKB, Hurricane Pike or something. So again, coming back to the point where the Kaya is just not giving much value. And yeah, the Grove Bow would be much better.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Dire's structures are fought. Dire's middle tower is under attack. I'll take that. Dire are scanning.
Killing spree.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dominating.
I think you went for the right talent, the 300 health. That's what you actually need here to be more tanky. And it's pretty good for the physical build, Lina as well.
Radiant's bottom is under attack. Fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Killing.
I do think you're not playing with your team as much. You're always in scenarios where you would just get caught out alone. And you're quite far ahead in terms of farm as well.
In the fire.
Like, you can get a lot of stuff done with the items that you have and the levels that you have. It's just you're dead even before a team fight starts in most scenarios. Over here right now, and over here as well, somewhere here. So imagine if you were here in this fight, you would actually kill this Earth Spirit pretty fast. Then you could go for the Shaman or the Drow, and you can get a lot of stuff done in this Chrono. Like, the Drow already died, and I just think if you were here, you would scale much better into this game. So you have to keep an eye on your team and on the enemy team on the map. You can't just completely play the game solo, because it is a team game at the end.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So you actually got the Grove Bow,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
which is nice.
Haste. Dire's middle
I think you
tower
could have
is
bought
under attack. Dire's
this
structures
bots
are
quite
fortified.
earlier for sure. If you notice, you're getting a lot on the map after you bought this item. You're much more active, you're pushing lanes, you're doing stuff. Also, if you notice that the disruptor was pinging you here, he saw this coming. I'm not sure if he's pinging you because he wants you to back or something, but you are getting picked off a lot this game. You're either just not focusing enough, or you're on autopilot, or for whatever reason. But I think getting picked off like this is just giving away all the advantages that your team has, and it's basically just a game losing play. You've got caught out 3 times this game now. This in the same way.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
I also want to talk about pick off strategies. So if the enemy kills you once, right? They killed you here somewhere, right? Then they pick you off here, and then now they pick you off here. So the enemy have an idea that killing you is very easy. You just die in 1 hex, or you don't have any save for yourself. They notice that you don't have Blink Dagger or BKB, or you don't have much to get out of bad spots or bad situations. So what they're doing is they're basically just running at you. And even though you had a good laning stage and you were far ahead compared to the Kunkka, they got some pickoffs on you, and the Kunkka is now far ahead. Not only is the Kunkka, but overall their team is also far ahead, apart from the fact that your Faceless White is doing great in terms of farm. So they completely understand that you can die pretty easily, and they're abusing this, and they've abused this almost 3 times now. And your team is also paying the price for it. So in a way, what you're doing is making your team lose resources as well. They're coming to save you, they're dying, they're taking team fights. Sometimes it goes okay, sometimes it goes bad, but they're not getting the best out of the situation. And it's something you want to work on. You have to keep more awareness on the map and of your team. And I think it's something I noticed in the early stages of your gameplay as well. I think you could have had a better laning stage, playing with your team, rotating to side lanes more, and just abusing the resources your team had early on. This glimpse right there, this chrono, Underlord Pit, his tankiness, his Dark Rift, you could have used this to your advantage as a team, but you didn't. And I'm noticing that your individual skill in this game is on point, but your idea of team play or playing with your team is quite weak, and it's something that you have to work on as you play more games. And obviously it's going to take time to work on that as well. It's not going to happen just in one game.
take that.
Bounty.
But it's something that you want to work on for sure.
Radiant are scanning.
Killing spree. Unstoppable. Double
Dire's
kill.
bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Your charge has fallen to the radiant. Dire are scanning.
I think after the Yules, you just completely messed up your item build. I think your item build is bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For the lack of a better word, I guess. It's just very bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
None of your items make sense. This doesn't make sense. This does not definitely make sense. So why would you buy a Scuddy here? You know, going into the top process. Stats, you don't need them. HP, yeah, you might. You want to be more tanky. But if you notice, the way you're dying, the way you're playing, this is not going to help you. if you get caught out, even if you have 10,000 HP, you will die, right? If you have a lot of, even if you have a Satanic right now with the Scotty, you will still die over here. So what you actually want to do is, you want to like play with your team. This guy is a beast. Look at him. This Faceless Void is a freaking beast. He's gonna Chrono, and he's just gonna solo kill his Drought. He can actually kill him twice, even after the Aegis response. He can even kill this Kunkka in one Chrono. There's not a single hero on the enemy side that wouldn't die in Chrono. Probably this Pudge won't die because he has a lot of armor. But the point is, you just haven't abused your team's resources in any way as a mid laner. And I think it's affecting this game quite hard. It's probably like 70 to 80% of this game loss is only because as a mid laner, you're not abusing your team's resources.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has been denied. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
So this is the first fight where you're playing with your team. You get the Earth Spirit. Oh no. The Faceless White wants to be the solo guy. Who goes in solo. Alright. Well, guess what? You actually won a team fight. 40 minutes in, when you decided to play with your team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, I think the Minotaur Horn is good. Yes, you need it because you don't have a BKB. But again, I want to talk about this. So you understand the need of having spell immunity. Why don't you just buy it? If you need it so bad, and I think you understand that, that's why you've got this horn on you. Otherwise, there's much better items for Lina as well. Spell Prism, Timeless Relic, even the Leveler. Obviously, it's better than Faceless Void. The Quiver, the Orb of Destruction. These are pretty good items, actually. But you directly go for the Minotaur Horn because you understand you need spell immunity. And you're only going to get it for 2 seconds. So why settle for 2 seconds when you can have it for 10 to 12 seconds with the BKB plus Minotaur Horn? You know? And they have silences, hexes, shackles, torrents, ships. There's just too much stuff being thrown at you in these fights. And I think with BKB you won't have a problem. So yes, I think not buying the BKB is a big mistake this game. But I think as the game went on, you learned from your mistake and you're actually playing with your team. And if you notice, you guys are back in the game. You guys are actually getting a lot of map control, pushing towers. You're doing stuff now. It's kind of late though.
Double kill.
But as long as you learn from your mistakes, that's all that matters.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. My damage redoubled. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Money to burn.
You're not buying your items. So, it's something I want to talk about. It's like you're the highest net worth from your team and you were for a minute on the map as well. But if the gold is just sitting over here in your bank, it's useless. There's no point. You have 7,000 here, and you're not getting any value out of this item. If you look at the enemy, so the Disruptor is buying everything he can. The Drow is buying everything he can. He's full slotted. The Kunkka is buying everything he can. All of them have got everything they could for their team fights. But in your case, you're not there. You're missing one slot. This Null Talisman doesn't do much in team fights, obviously. So I just feel like you're one item behind compared to the enemies. This guy's potentially 6 slotted. This guy's like 3 slotted, potentially 6 slotted. He's got 4 slots and a cheese. So the idea is that you have to keep everything in check. Your levels, your gold, your buyback status, your items, the way you're fighting in these team fights, your positioning, every single thing matters. And you want to have the edge, right? Even if it's a 5% edge in the game, you want to get it. And I feel like buying this MKB, actually you should buy a BKB here. But even if you're going for that MKB, having it on you will give you an edge that you really, really need in this game. That's how the game is going. You know for sure that you haven't won, and you know for sure that you haven't lost yet as well. So it's 50-50 this game. And even the slightest of advantages is going to help you.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Killing double kill. Triple kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not for me.
Visibility.
But I think if you're not going to buy the BKB this game, just entirely, you should buy a Satanic here. Or a Linken's for the Hex, or the Dismember from the Pudge. Or just, getting caught out so easily.
Radiant's
Mega kill.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
That's how easy it is to kill you, this game. I don't think they should be in a spot where they can just like use one spell and you die. That's why Linken's, BKB, Hurricane Pike, Blink Dagger, these kind of items are necessary on Lina, so you can reposition yourself out of bad situations. It's very, very important.
Dire's radiant structures are under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Double kill.
Dire's middle barracks.
Killing spree.
Alright, I think that's game.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Yep, that's game. So, my honest conclusion on this entire replay is, one, you could have been way more aggressive in the laning stage for the Kunkka. You still did good. You didn't do good in the scenario where you have a better matchup. When you have a better matchup, you want to completely destroy the enemy. You should never be 50-50 or even 60-40 in a lane. It should be 80-20. You're getting 80% out of the lane, and he's getting 20 or 25% out of that lane. So that's something you want to work on. Controlled aggression. Right-click the enemy. Keep control on your mana, on your HP. Make sure the enemy has lesser mana and lesser HP. You're getting more CS. He's getting lesser CS. You're denying more creeps. It's something you want to work on and focus on. On top of it, I think the thing that really needs to be worked upon is your team play. I think this game was for about 50 minutes, and in these 50 minutes you played with your team for about 4 or 5 minutes, and I think that's a very poor score. You could do a much better job on it. just overall going into playing Dota, not as a mid laner, but overall as a Dota player. And the third thing that I think was quite crucial for this loss is your item build. This item, and buying the bots quite late. Like you bought the bots after the Kaya, actually Sage and Kaya. I think you could get it earlier and it would boost up your farm. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I could get out of this replay review. If you have any other questions, you can message me on Discord. You can tag me in the Gamers Clash channel. My Discord handle is @shizzy. And yeah, you can ask me anything you like over there. I'll gladly answer. And I hope this replay review has helped you out understand the hero and the lane better. Thanks for watching.